What did she casually say that made you realize she wouldn't be your wife? 1. I have like 20 credit cards and most are maxed out. It's fine though, I'll get my husband to eventually pay them off for me, or I can file for bankruptcy and get new ones. When I tell you I ran, good lord I ran. 2. When she couldn't sleep, she would just hold her breath until she was asleep. 3. It actually wasn't what she said, but what my dad said. After a stupid fight at the end of a very abusive relationship, I was venting to my friend and my dad, telling them how she had called me pathetic because I asked her to stop calling me fat. She laughed, and I hung up. My dad looks up and says, "How could you let anyone treat you that way?" I knew then, and there it was over. 4. When her son told me that earlier in the morning before school, his mom looked at him and said, "I really miss when it was just us two." A month later we were done, but hearing that phrase specifically, after basically raising him without his father in the picture, and literally taking care of him day to day, I knew in that moment she would never be my wife after saying something like that. 5. She told me she had a fantasy of being a MILF one day and sleeping with a younger man after we're married. She said, "By the time it happens, you'll know that I love you, so you won't care." We had been dating 2 months. Friends for 4 years. 6. Do you remember Jorge? I'm gonna see him on this trip and will stay with him for 2 weeks. Jorge was her stalker who had followed her and moved with her to 2 different continents, 3 different countries, had hit her, SA'd her, tried to get her into drugs constantly and twice succeeded. For some reason though she thought, he's just damaged, really a good guy, I checked out after that and broke up with her a day or 2 later. 7. That she was thinking about how best to negotiate down the money her parents would demand from me for their blessing to marry her. I incredulously told her that her abusive parents would never receive a penny from me, and as the ensuing conversation unfolded my vision of our life together went up in smoke. 8. I don't care about your problems, you're a man, act like it. We were dating for 2 months, she was already talking about marriage and kids, I told her to slow down. I was fresh out of a 2-years-long abusive relationship and even tough I was really into her and had the intention of building a lasting relationship with her. I needed to build trust at a slower pace. My next message was literally, "Okay, we're done. Best of luck in life," and I never saw her again.